first name is spelled Josue. Je m'appelle Josue Falaise. It's of Haitian descent, so it's in French, so that's what you can call me Josh. My wife still can't say my name properly after 17 years, that's the honest truth. Today we're going to be talking about dynamically leading cultural innovation. Before I start, I'd like to tell you a little bit about me. Currently I'm in my school now 6 years, but I have 14 years of administrative experience. Prior to this, I was a former military police officer in the Army. So there's some things with time that I did want to make sure that we are on time. Just one thing. So we're talking about leading schools dynamically with innovation. Question for you all. Would you describe your schools or your districts as culturally innovative? So just about a minute or two with someone next to you, you can ask that question to someone next to you. Do you define or believe your schools are culturally innovative? And then if you do, why not? Now, can I just get 3 responses? Would you describe your school or district as innovative? Anyone, 3 responses.
Not yet.
Okay.
I would say that in my district, there's certainly some innovative programs and stuff, but generally when you talk about the general population, students, and the teaching and learning going on in the classroom, probably not.
Why?
I still think there's a lot of traditional things going on more than not. As far as sit and give lectures and things like that. So that's where I think when you're talking about being culturally innovative, I think that's one of the biggest things to tackle.
Yes, I said not yet. I mean, that's the goal to get there. In our school, we just started STEAM for the past 2 years. And we find resistance maybe with older teachers or teachers that came from different backgrounds so getting there.
Okay. One more person?
I think it was well said that there's pockets of innovation, but not necessarily the culture of innovation. That's not what mostly happens most of the time, in most of the classroom, and most of the subject areas.
We're going to be looking at how to develop a culture now. It's what I did in my school, which again is not a disclaimer that it's going to happen in every single school, but what we did at our school, working together and changing the culture. So innovation, and as some of you said that we have some innovative things in pockets, but it's not as a culture. And innovation is, I guess when you define it, is dependent upon the person. What you perceive as innovative. Because you may be part of a high-performing school district where your test scores are great, but there can still be a lot of traditional class instruction going on in your classroom. And we're looking to see the culture just trying to do different things, new and different things, and everyone welcoming it and moving forward. So as we can see here with innovation, there are many different books about innovation. And everyone is saying a different thing, correct? Everyone agree with that? So I want to tell you about Grace Wilday. The school that I'm at now is called Grace Wilday Junior High School, and I've been there the past 6 years. With the history, prior to my arrival, the school was a failing school for 6 consecutive years. It was part of Kappa. It was 6-7, kind of dangerous based on a lot of suspensions. And I came from Newark School District, with anyone from New Jersey know about Newark, from Westside High School, where the superintendent and I actually came to Roselle's for a much smaller school system, coming to change the culture of the district, but we had to infiltrate the schools first. So my job was was to change the culture, and I had to start with many different things. First of all was to change the climate. And once the staff had felt that the climate was changed, then we went to culture and academics, and I'll talk to you more about that. When we look at that, we look at the data first. So this was sort of the data of the school, not sort of, but for for grade 7, you can see the results. Prior to my arrival, it was declining for language arts, sort of increasing for math, and it started rising. This is the year that I first stepped in, and we've increased since then every year also, consecutively. That was for 7th grade. Then for 8th grade, because we had a restructuring of the district, as you can see here, results for language arts, math, and even science, how it was declining. So we looked at barriers as a school to what should we do differently. And that's basically sitting with the staff, the parents, the community, even the students, and we created some sort of barriers. And again, we looked at culture, the PD, instruction, the use of common playing time, because there weren't any teams at the time, curriculum, the uses of data, did they understand data, and even student intervention systems and the facility. And we had to establish action plans towards addressing each one of those things. Obviously, there's so many different things here that we could not attack in the first year. So again, we started looking at the climate, then the culture, and addressing each one of these by a time. So we set on this new theme of building everyone, and obviously hyping it up, to even changing our theme, our title in school called the Home of the Wildcats. This was a student-designed logo that he created literally in 5 minutes. Not only drew it out, but made it electronic for us. It was through a competition. So again, we started our new first day of school for the 12-13 year. We had all the students in the front. We had music. We introduced and made like a ribbon cutting, because even the facility, the board helped me work out new windows, solar panels on the roof that we're working with our science curriculum, so many different things, even drop ceiling. And that's how we opened our school, where even the teachers who were not there year before could not recognize the school because of what they did all the work over the summertime. So, first thing I needed to do was to establish the curriculum, because it was important to make sure that each teacher in our school was the content area experts in what they did. And what we did was we unpacked the curriculum and made sure that they did not use any text at all. They did it solely with the standards. And we utilized the correct connected action roadmap from NJPSA. Then teachers were trained on how to look at data. And this is a formative assessment data tool, because we use unit by units of study, like units. And when you unpack the standards, you look at certain words from the standards when it's unpacked. That's what we actually use to create, from pre-assessment to post-assessment, the highest order of vocabulary words. That's just another session I want to go over. Then we also look at multiple measures of data. Where we're tracking students, and I apologize, this was done on a last minute job, but we would have Park now and all the subclaims here, and we track them from units to title, so a child is the time and district, title unqualified, we use now iReady, and we track the clusters to see how the students are performing over time, so we can see longitudinally and even horizontally how students are performing by child. Again, by formative and even summative results. We implemented something called positive behavioral support in schools for those that have that know about it. We created a ticket system where students receive. We had to implement it first with the staff, and my vice principal and I modeled it, and then we worked with the students, and even having monthly posting in a newsletter, getting a parking spot that's close to the school, PBSIS, and